What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with the NFL DFS contenders on FanDuel for Thursday Night Football. It's the Bears and the Commanders. Buckle up, everybody. We're in for a doozy tonight. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who are your favorite and least favorite plays for today's slate. And finally, gotta give that shout out to Prize Picks, presenting sponsor of this video. Click the link in the description, head on over to Prize Picks and make a deposit. When you do that, they will match that deposit up to $100. All you gotta do is pick player props. You put together 5 on one card, they all win. You'll net up to 10x your entry fee. Now, we are rounding out the bottom of my top 10. Brian Robinson, JD McKissick, Terry McLaurin, the Bears D, and then the Commanders D. Yes, it's going to be one of those slates. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. In first at number 5, just barely edging out the defenses, is Darnell Mooney. He's 9,500, projected for 8.2 fantasy points. So I actually think that he is overpriced, but still makes it to number 5. The Bears are 1-point dogs at home against the Commanders with a 38-point total. This game on paper is just pretty gross. 1% likelihood to go for more than 30, 3% chance to be the optimal MVP. None of those things seem particularly likely. 33% chance that he's optimal at the utility. If you need to pay down, Mooney's looking pretty good. But if I'm being perfectly honest, from 4 to 10, well, actually, we'll say from 4 to 7, everybody's basically the same. 8, 9, and 10, basically the same. That whole group is. We've got a very clear separation at the top 3, and I think that's the most important part of this slate. Next up at number 4, tied with Mooney, just slightly more expensive. That's Curtis Samuel. He is 12K, projected for 9.5 fantasy points. So again, I think that he's pretty sizably overpriced. The Commanders, I almost said the bad word. Commanders 1-point favorites here. 3.5% chance to go for more than 30. Doesn't seem particularly likely for Samuel. 8% chance to be your optimal MVP, however, that's a little bit higher than I was expecting. He could sneak in there. We're talking like a 1 in 12 chance. That's not the craziest scenario in the world. 29% chance that he's optimal at the flex. That's lower than you would normally expect for this type of player because that 12K price tag is just too high. So he's just not as cost efficient, but I do like the sneak Samuel MVP play. Now we take a giant jump up in tier. This is hilarious. Carson Wentz is number 3. He's 17K. I don't know what happened here, what broke his price tag. He's projected for about 15 fantasy points. He's way overpriced. Just a function of the slate, but this is gross. 5% chance for Carson Wentz to score 30 fantasy points, but a 21% chance to be the optimal MVP. I don't even know what to make of that. It's crazy how low Carson Wentz's ceiling is. 28% for him to be optimal at the flex as well. He's very close to crossing that coin flip threshold. But if we're being honest, Carson Wentz should be like 15K today. It's insane that he's not. But if he were, you would put Carson Wentz in these lineups like 80% of the time, which would be insane. The first guy that looks just completely normal is David Montgomery in at number 2. He's 15K, projected for 13.5. Price is better than it's been for some of these guys. And we know what we get out of Montgomery. Last week was kind of difficult for him. I'm hoping he's feeling a little bit more healthy for this week. 5% chance to score 30. 16% chance to be your optimal MVP. But the salary is what's important here. He also gets to the 37% at the flex. 53% likelihood David Montgomery is in the optimal. Flip that coin. You're getting him more often than a coin flip. Montgomery and Wentz both around 50%, but you got to remember, the most likely scenario is that only one of those two guys is in the optimal lineup. So hard on a day like today. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at Prize Picks. Link is in the description. Your number 1 contender for today, and it is not even close. That is Justin Fields. He's 16K, projected for 16 fantasy points, so the salary looks really good. You know that he's a giant threat on the ground. Who knows? Maybe he'll throw some touchdown passes. 8% chance to go for more than 30, but here's the key takeaway. a 31% chance to be the optimal MVP. Justin Fields being the highest scorer in this game is like a third of the time proposition. That's what happens when the total's 38. You also get a 38% chance that he is optimal at the flex spot, which adds up to a grand total of 69%. You gotta love it for Fields. Very nice today. Very clearly by a mile over David Montgomery, the #1 contender for tonight's slate. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NFL DFS contenders on FanDuel for Thursday Night Football, Bears and Commanders. DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We're back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.